Oh, here we are. All right. What's going on, everybody? Andrew and I were talking funnel heads here, and I looked at the time and it says it's show time. I'm like, oh, damn, we're late. So I don't think we're too late. It's just a few seconds late, but I didn't do the little countdown thingy, but that's fine. How is everybody doing? Hopefully, everybody is doing great. Angie started us off. She said after the day she'd had, let's get it going. I'm starting without you, coach. And I did have a drink, a pre show drink, but we are going to get it started with the shot because of the pre-show super chat. And we had another pre-show super chat from Frankie Floyd. We're going to start with the 100 proof whistle pig. Again, I only do one shot of the 100 proof because it's a little dangerous to be doing too much. And I found the little duck that went with the little cracker thing. Zoe had destroyed it. I don't know if anybody could see, but I super glued it back together. but that is the little duck that was supposed to go on there. So we have that. So Angie, the Merry Mixer, we're going to start this off with you. And we are also going to do a special shout out to Morris. Stephanie lost her fur baby Morris, and we just lost Andrew. Hopefully we get. Oh, you went dark. I hear you. I don't see you. But Angie and cheers to Morris out there. Going to the across the Rainbow Bridge. But here we go. And that means Zoe gets a treat as well. I don't know what happened to Andrew, but high five for Angie. What do you say? She says thank you, and thank you for getting us started. And I want to go down and point out Frankie Floyd. He's only 83 days until Celebration Key. I've written both of you down. Angie, you are 97 through 106. Frankie Floyd, you are 107 through 111. Before I say hi to everybody, since we started off with those super chats, you may say like, oh, I thought you only went up to 100. For those of you who haven't been with us for a week or two, we now have a new giveaway from our super chats, and that is this very large as we wait for Andrew to come back. I know we lost Andrew, but I think we'll get him back here. So let's see. Okay. But yeah, here is the bag. It's a large cooler, and I have used this personally. I have my own, and I was using it this weekend. Went on a little road trip, and I had two full handles in there, and I don't know how many mixers and ice and everything else. And it held up great. It kept the ice. It's a very thick bag. CLTV has won one of these, and they've gotten theirs, and they used it on the boat when we went down and we're partying in Florida. And it even comes with a little bottle opener. So you don't have to choose this as your prize. If you would like the traditional shirt, this is the old school shirt, the original design that comes in a variety of colors. And we also have the new shirt, the new design. You could choose that. And not only do you get the new shirt or the traditional shirt, but you'll also get 50 drawings or 50 raffle tickets, whatever you want to call them, for the next drawing. So you could roll the dice and say, you know what, I'm going to try to win both the shirt and the cooler. I'll take the shirt first, and then I'll have the first 50 drawings. And then you would have basically a 1 in 3 chance of winning, the second drawing as well. So that is something you could choose the option to do, or you can just take the bag straight away and then you win that. But we are up to 111, and I just see a couple more super chats come across. So we're past 111 now. But let's go ahead and oh wow, we got everybody's going here. You guys are amazing. We got Eric from North Shore Travelers, and he did a $10 super chat just now. And he said it's cruise week. He's going on the Jubilee, I do believe, and super pumped about that. That's amazing. That's going to be a great trip. Love the Jubilee. Been on it a couple times now. So Eric from North Shore Travelers is numbers 112 through 121. And Zoe, come here. You got another treat coming. All right. So high five for Eric from North Shore Travelers. What do you say? What do you say? She says a big hearty thank you. And thank you so much for getting us going. I'm going to get to these comments in a minute. We're going to get Andrew back on the stage. Here he is.
Hey, sorry about that.
We've had some technical difficulties. We got Carl Hamilton back in the fold. He is numbers 122 and 123. And then I'm going to read off all the ones from last week as well, so everybody knows where they stand. And we got our man cruising Chris Moss in the house. And look at that. He's got a shot coming here. Let's see, 123. So 124 through, let's see, 123, 140, 142. 124 through 142, which means we are only 8 away. So it's almost a guarantee that we are going to get through this. And then I see JB is back in the house. And I think he just got off a cruise as well. I believe I saw some pics. 143 and 144 JB. And I owe Chris a shot here. And we had Eric from North Shore Travelers, Carl, Chris, Frankie Floyd, Angie, JB, all starting us off. We're going to go to the Mama bourbon. This was Mary Dowling. If you all remember, I got this bottle away a while ago, Mother's Day, and I haven't been drinking too much, but there's that much left. We're going to take a shot of that one. Cruising Chris Moss. Thank you, sir. Remember, any $15 super chat or more, we do a shot, and Zoe gets a treat as well. So high five for Chris Moss. What do you say? What do you say? She says a hearty thank you, and I say a hearty thank you as well. Chris, thank you so much. Woo. All right. We are definitely getting going. All right. Let me say hello to everybody. And then, of course, we have Andrea. Wait, I didn't miss anybody, did I? I got Carl, Cruising Chris Moss. Oh, we got JB we got. Okay. All right, let's go back up to the top. Let's see who gets on the podium today. We got Sean Abel, gold medal. And then we have Klesko 71. Klesko, I don't know if you're new to the channel or you've been here once or twice, but you are a silver medalist. So congratulations. Says hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great day. And then Will G gets the bronze. He's been on the podium plenty. We got Mandy in the house once again. Angie started us off with the super chat, the Merry Mixer. Anybody in Ohio, got to get some cookies from Angie. She sells them, and they are amazing. At least that's what everybody says, because I've never personally tried them. But judging by the business she does, I know they're great. Again, a special shout out to Stephanie. She lost her fur baby, Morris, the cat, crossed the Rainbow Bridge today. So shout out, and hope I know their family, so that's rough. So we're with you today. Hope you're doing okay. Justin is checking in once again. Good to see you back here, Justin. Frankie Floyd had that super chat once again. Thanks again for that, Frankie. 64 Kenny P is saying hello to everybody. What's going on? Adele Sargent back once again. Good to see you. Ben Maggle is super pumped about his Brewers, best record in baseball. They're doing well. Cubs got them today, but they'll probably lose tonight to them, I'm sure. We got Ann Dolan back in the house. Good to see you. And Sandy, the Lost Pirate Jenkins, is back once again. Great to see you as always. Marjorie Ambroise, good to see you. Adventures with Uncle Dave is here. Good to see Uncle Dave as always. Carnival Cruise Addicts. They have an interview going on tomorrow. You guys got to check out that interview. Carnival Cruise Addicts, put in the comments who is doing that interview with you so people can come check you out getting interviewed, because I forgot to ask earlier. Michelle B., the Ship Wanderer, is here once again. Good to see you. JB says, hey, Coach, we're back from our 8 days on the Dream. I knew it. Now 74 days until our 8 days on the Magic. I think I'm about 90 some odd days out from the Carnival Miracle. And I'm glad I got Andrew on because I know he's a big fan of the Spirit class. The Miracle is Spirit class, right?
Yep, sure is.
Yeah. So they're unique. The Spirit class ships are unique. I dig them. I know Andrew really digs them. Is that your favorite class? I know it's up there.
It's definitely up there. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it is definitely up there. And Miracle is just near and dear in my heart because that's where me and Michelle met on that ship. So that will always be one of her favorites.
So that's where you met. Where on the Miracle did you meet? So I could go to that location and be like, hey.
Literally day one at the Atrium Bar, like probably hour one. Me and my Marine buddies, we got on. We're like, all right, we're drinking. We went to the bar, got ourselves some drinks. Michelle and her friend came up, and she was 19 at the time. I was 21, and she was asking me if her fake ID would work. And I was like, that's not how this really works.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, we got to talking, and then she actually hit on me, and she said, if you were a pirate, would you wear your parrot on this shoulder or this shoulder? And she put her arm around me. So, and the rest is history. That was back in 2007.
And all the times we've talked, I'd never have heard that story. You see, everybody who tuned in here. And we got Rick Wade saying good evening. He did a $5 super chat. So that means we're up to 149. Nice. JB was 143, 144. Rick Wade, 145, 149. So the next $1 super chat will get us to 150, and we will do that drawing. Let me make sure. Hopefully there's not questions here. I'm just scrolling to make sure I didn't miss any names. Stephanie says she'll be on Celebration Key on the Vista October 11th and taking my daughter who turns 18 the day before on the 10th. Very cool. Oh, look, JB here. I hope I didn't miss that one earlier. JB did a $20 super sticker. So JB, you are number 150. But you're also number 1 through 19 for our next. And we got to definitely do another shot here. So I have the Old Forester right here. We're going to get a nice big shot. Zoe, come here. We'll get a quacker going here. Thank you for that. And I'll do my shot since Zoe isn't ready for her treat. JB, my man, thank you, sir. Here we go. Okay. All right. And high five for JB. High five. What do you say? There we go. That's a hearty thank you. All right. So most of you know how this works. From last week, we had Admin Tim. I haven't seen Admin Tim in the comments. I don't know if he's here. But if you are here, Admin Tim, say hi. Chris Moss, 8 through 37. Frankie Floyd, 38 through 42. Ann Dolan, 43 through 62. Charlene, 63 through 72. Carl, 8, 73 through 76. Rick, the Texas Cruiser, 77 through 81. Chris Moss, 82 through 96. Then starting us off today, we have Angie, 97 through 106. Frankie Floyd, 107 through 111. Eric, the North Shore Traveler, heading to the Jubilee very soon. Carl H. is 122 and 123. Chris Moss, once again, 124 through 142. JB, 143, 144. Rick Wade, the Texas Cruiser, 145 through 149. And JB finishes it off with 150 and is also 1 through 19 on the next drawing. So, again, just to remind everybody, if you win, you can choose the cooler, and that's what you win. Or you can say, you know what? No, I want a shirt. I got plenty of coolers or whatever. I don't want the cooler. And then you'll have an additional 50 drawings into the next 150 if you so desire. It's up to you. Siri, give me a random number 1 through 150. 84. Look who's at. Chris Moss has numbers 82 through 96. He was the last super chat last week. and that is the one that has won for this week. So congratulations, Chris. I don't think he has this cooler bag, so maybe he wants that, but you can let us know in the comments what you decide. And if you want to do a shirt, again, you'll have the first 50, or you'll have 50, for the next drawing as well. It's up to you. Okay, let me just go through and make sure I've said hi to everybody. Cruising Chris Moss is here. Rick Wade. Okay, I've said hello. Yeah, okay. I think Rick Wade says I'll pour a glass of Buffalo Trace as soon as I get home. Yeah, safe travels, and yeah, and then drink when you get home. That's a good idea. All right, so very cool. And JB, thank you for getting us over the hump there. And maybe we can give away a second one. All right, so the title of today's show is Post Cruise Blues. Andrew and fam just completed a lot of cruising this summer, including a transatlantic. I just completed some cruising just a week and a half or so ago, and back in the full swing of work now and everything. And yeah, I mean, you do have some like post cruise blues, right? And yeah, so Andrew, why don't you start us off here, because I've been rambling for about 15 minutes. So yeah, what
No, you're good. I mean,
blues do you have?
I mean, it's bad. I mean, we got to the point, especially a few years back, when we weren't traveling as much as we do now. I mean, we still get it 100% hands down, but when we were only cruising like maybe once a year, twice a year if we're lucky, if the stars aligned just right, it was super sad. I mean, you spend all of that time getting into shape, eating right, collecting all the money you can, save everything, researching everything about your trip, and it all comes to fruition. There's so much excitement, and then honestly, like back then, on like depending on how many days it was, but like let's say it was a 7-day cruise, by like day 4, day 5, I was already getting cruise blues, like knowing that we're halfway through this, we're over halfway, like I already get like that sadness creeping in, and Michelle would have to slap me around a little bit and just be like, come on, we're still on the cruise, like let's do this. And so like, I felt it 100%. So what we did back then and still do to this very day is we always have another one in the chamber before we get off the one that we're on, and we live by that rule. I feel like that should be like a t-shirt or like a sticker or something, but like you have to have, and maybe not a cruise, like if you're if you love cruising, great. If you like whatever, just have something, have a long weekend in the chamber, have an all-inclusive, have visiting family or friends back home, like whatever it is, you have to have something. And I think that just takes, like, that's life in general. Just have something to look forward to, because you're going to push yourself financially, you're going to push yourself healthy, you're going to push yourself just all around in your life. And I mean, it's done us wondrous. I mean, we still get it to this, even if we have, listen, if we lived on a cruise ship and we got off for 2 weeks out of the year, we'd still have cruise blues. So, I mean, we still, take our own advice, but that's what we do. And it works out pretty well. It doesn't come creeping up, so much anymore, because, typically, we have one 2-3 months away, or sometimes, we're on the next week, who knows? But that's what we do. I mean, what's your thoughts on that, Brad?
Yeah, no, I mean, a couple things that you said, definitely, like, you first get on the ship and everything, and you're like, okay, we got 7 days, we got 8 days, whatever the case may be. You're like, this is going to be great, whatever. And it's almost as if, like, once you hit that first port, it's like, uh-oh, because once you hit that first port, like, usually it's like when you get to the end of the ports, it's like you got 1 day and then you're home. And it's like, okay, I want to come to this port. I was excited about this port, but this is the start of the countdown. And then there's so many things, and I wrote down a few, but like, and I know the same for you. You've been on so many cruises, you've made so many friends with crew and things like that. And it's like you get to know some of these crew, and you form relationship, you form friendship, like real friendships.
Hundred
You know,
percent.
I mean, you've done it, I've done it, so many of us have done it out there. And then you're like, damn, I'm not going to see this person again until I don't know when. Um, until I'm either on another ship that they're on or whatever. And fortunately for us, we're blessed enough, both of us, that we go on a lot of cruises. So a lot of times we'll get to see some of these people again. But sometimes we don't, and you just have that great relationship. You become friends with them on Facebook or whatever else like that. You start following them, and it's just like, oh my God, I had such a great week. I mean, for me, a lot of times it's the Alchemy Bar. I'm hanging out at the Alchemy Bar, and I know one of our admins on Facebook, Mike, he had shared pictures of the Alchemy Bar on the festival, I think it was, and in the picture it showed only like 8 or 9 seats at the Alchemy Bar, and I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course they had all that extra seating off to the side, but the whole fun for me in the Alchemy Bar is sitting at the bar, interacting with the alchemist, and then everybody's seated at the bar or whatever. I don't want to be off to the side at some table, just, I mean, I want to be with my friends or whoever I'm with. That's fun and all, but
Yeah.
the most fun for me is actually being up, seeing the alchemists do their thing, making the drinks, interact with them, things like that. So yeah, I really enjoy that part. So, when you get to the end of the cruise and it's like you got to say goodbye to crew and stuff like that you've made friends with, that's one of the post cruise blues things. It's like, oh, it's like leaving a friend and you don't know if you're going to see that friend again.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, you have real friends and you're going to see them because they live in your town or whatever else like that. But if you make friends with somebody on a cruise, especially if they're crew, you don't truly know if you're going to see them again, and it kind of leaves you a little bit, disappointed or whatever. So, I definitely feel you on that. Will G says, I think there are more chairs at the bar. Yeah, I would hope so, because if they're putting it on deck 6 on the XL class, where most people, if you've been on an XL class, where that bar is. It's the Brass Magnolia on one XL. It's the Golden Mermaid on another. I forget what it is, but that is a big square bar on all of those ships, and there's a lot of seating around the bar. Definitely more than 8 or 9 seats. But in the picture, it looked like a smaller bar, and if you count the seats, it only had like 9 seats or something like that. And it's like, yeah, that's not going to do. That's like a Spirit class ship or something, only 9-10 ships. Or
that's
9,
like how the Ecstasy was, where there was like a tiny little path to the Alchemy Bar and like 9 seats across, and everyone was trying to go there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and how about, let's see, we talked about crew. Oh, new friends too. I mean, that's another thing. We meet, and it never fails. Like, if it's new cruise fam or friends, or if you're really lucky, you meet somebody or a group of people that you become friends with for a duration, right? And like, you do future cruises and things like that, and that kind of thing. And there's some people on the channel now that we've done, like Angie, for example. We met on the Valor. Is the Valor the Spirit class too? Or which one
Valor is Conquest class.
Conquest. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was a little bit bigger, but yeah, Angie and her friends, I called the Charlie's Angels or whatever. We all met, on the Valor. That's a smaller ship, and again, we've done 2 or 3 cruises together. That's just an example right there. I mean, you and I, we've been on cruises together. Liz and Chris, although we didn't know each other the way we are with Carnival Cruise Addicts, Cruise Life TV, we've all we've all, like, connected at some point, some way or another. And, this formed a friendship, a bond, cruise family, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, you absolutely do get that, you know, cruise blues, I guess you could say, because you're leaving those friends and stuff. What other things do you get the post cruise blues about?
Well, I mean, I'll just kind of piggyback off of what you were saying with friends. Is like, and back 10, 15 years ago, it was a lot harder to like make those friends and keep the friends because, internet wasn't really a thing on the ships, and, trying to figure out how to communicate with each other afterwards. There was no Facebook cruise groups, there was no shipmate, there was no this or that. So a lot of the times, you meet somebody and then again, it's like, all right, well, we spent the last 7 or 8 nights pretty much together for 3 or 4 hours, and I'm probably never going to see you again, which is crazy. But we did meet. I mean, again, we met a great couple on their honeymoon in 2009 on the Freedom. Exchanged phone numbers. We were so scared that, like, we were never gonna talk to them again. That cruise blues set in, and now we've been on probably 2 dozen vacations together. In fact, they visited us during the pandemic. They love the area that we're in. They visited 2 or 3 more times after that, and they just moved here about a month ago. So now we have friends that we met on a cruise that live literally 5 minutes away, and we're seeing them pretty much every weekend and once or twice during the week. So it's just crazy when people say, like, you're never going to see that person again, or, you're never going to talk, like, why you spend so, like, no, that is not the case. We've met so many people on cruises, crew, friends, me and Michelle, and I mean, it's so amazing. So the cruise blues really sets in when you miss those opportunities where, maybe you forgot to get somebody's information, you forgot to get their number or whatever, and you had so much fun with that person, that crew member, this or that, and it just falls to the wayside, and it just feels like that missed opportunity. And it's depressing, unfortunately, but there's so many times where it's worked in our favor, where, you can't count, those missed opportunities. But I mean, cruise blues is 100% a thing. I mean, there should be medicine for it. I would be the first person to take it because I'm insane when it comes to, just not being on a ship. I like, it's in my blood. Like, I just think about cruising all the time. I'm planning, like, those memes where it's like, eat, sleep, plan cruises. That is literally me in a nutshell, because that's all I do. So I feel this topic to my core.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. And I'm always like thinking, like, trying to think of a topic every week, because I want to have some line of thought, because otherwise I'm 15 minutes in and I'm like, okay, I ran out of stuff to talk about. But yeah, so I thought this one would be easy enough to talk about. But Angie says we need to plan a coach cruise for all of us here. How fun would that be? You know what? Eventually I'm going to do something like that. I don't know if it's going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. I mean, I'm so busy during this part of the year all the way through
Carnival Festival.
Yeah, I'm just coaching and everything, and I'm so busy. But I mean, I know so many people that are content creators. They become travel agents and stuff like that. I know our brother channel, Island Time over there. They've been doing it for a while now, and other channels have been doing it. Eventually, so I'm looking to retire in the next 5 years. When I do, I want to totally get into that, and probably I'll do it before I even retire. But when I do, or when I finally get the licensing and certification and whatever other stuff I need, I definitely want to do that. And all of you that are like here every week and you're members of the channel and everything else like that, I mean, we will have such a party. Some of you we've all partied together, and then others of you, you party here every week, with me and with the rest of the group and everything else like that. That would be so amazing. So I'm totally in line with what Angie is thinking, and that will happen. That will happen someday. I don't have anything definitive planned now, but eventually, I'll get some certification. I'll get it. Now we will book a group cruise, and it will be off the hook for sure. So I love that idea, and yeah, and then Carnival Cruise Addicts, they are big time epic. And it's not epic. It is E-Rock. I always forget the damn word. It's not epic. It's something with an E. It's not erotic. It's what the hell? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Epic should be the name of whatever casino class they are, and it bugs. No, it's not elite. It's not elite. Elite would make sense. Epic would make sense. It's Echo. It's Echo. I think it's Echo. Is it Echo?
I think Echo. It does sound right.
Did I finally remember it? I always forget it. It bugs the hell out of me. But I finally remembered. But yeah, Echo. If you are Echo gambler, you might be addicted to gambling, but you're getting some really good perks. And you're getting free booze in your room and excursions and all kinds of good stuff. So Echo, if you are Echo, you are an elite gambler with Carnival Cruises. All right. And you know what? I'm scrolling through all the comments here, and I'm seeing so many names, and they're in green. And what that tells me is that all those people in green are members of the Coach Cruise channel. And I've sent out a couple videos and sent out videos early also. But we have Silver Honda 0767, 109 days and counting until Grandeur of the Seas. Looking forward to driving over the Skyway Bridge to get to Tampa Cruise Port. Also looking forward to sailing under the Skyway Bridge. And Silver Honda, I'm with you on that because I will be cruising out of Tampa Thanksgiving. So on the Miracle, and I'm pumped about that. I have a friend that's retired from teaching, that's living down in the Sarasota area. That's going to drive up, and we're going to meet up and stuff before the cruise, and that'll be fun. But yeah, there we go. Echo. So I guessed it right. It took me a minute.
We'll be cruising out of Tampa on the Paradise in 50 days out of Tampa. So looking forward to that.
There we go. And look, we got Mandy, Coach, and Andrew. Are there any excursions you recommend in Nassau? I normally stay on the ship, but I want to do something. Okay, so Mandy, when I was in Nassau, it wasn't an excursion, but it was a kind of a resort for a day thing. And it was really good. And we went to this place called the Warwick. It's a little pricey as far as all-inclusives go, like compared to like Cozumel or something like that. But I think it was $125. But the food was good. The drinks were good. A big, giant pool. It had ocean beach access and stuff like that. We had loungers with shade and all that. But that's one that I would recommend. There was a snorkeling thing I did, but that was years ago, and I forget what it was. I honestly forget, so I couldn't even help you on that. But I don't know, Andrew, do you have one that? But Warwick, if you go resort for a day, it was like $125, and like I say, all inclusive, drinks, food. The food was good, the drinks were good, and if you want to do an all inclusive, that was a pretty decent deal. So that would be my recommendation.
It depends kind of like the situation, like if you're family, young, it just depends. But we did Margaritaville's resort, awesome time. As far as like if you have kids or not have kids, the slides, the pool, lazy pool, all that is really awesome. The hotel itself is amazing. Private beach access. It is a little pricey. You can book before, save a little bit of money. So there's that. And you can walk to it. You do not have to take a taxi. It's literally like 10 minutes. And you just cut through like the newer section. So you don't even have to like mess with anybody until you get to like Senior Frog. So really easy walk there. We did catamaran/snorkel, which was really fun. I don't know the exact name, but it was through Carnival, or it might have been through MSC. I can't remember exactly, but I mean, either way, it's going to be about the same thing. But you basically take the catamaran out. You get your own snorkel gear. You can bring your own snorkel gear. You get, all the drinks you want are included. So they usually have like, rum punch and like rum and Coke or whatever. Like, I mean, it's kind of basic drinks, but it'll do the trick. Little snacks and things like that. There is a pig tour that we've heard. It's like you either love it or hate it. So like if you're a little grossed out by pigs, probably not for you. But if you're somebody that's like, I want to swim with a freaking pig, I hear it's a great time, and we're going to do that at some point in the near future. And then honestly, Nassau is like really a port where it gets a lot of hate, but there's a lot to do where you don't have to spend really anything, or you can just make it a shopping day. Like they have that whole new section, lots of different kind of unique souvenir shops, lots of different food. You can go to the straw market, just be careful. And I mean, there's just a lot to do. So, I mean, it's hard to say like without knowing your exact situation, but I'm sure you'll find something and just get off the ship. Everybody says stay on the ship in Nassau. If you've been there a lot, yes, maybe, but I would get off for at least a little bit and then hop back on.
Yeah, that's good advice. And Liz says, I mean, I live with a pig, so I could do that excursion. It's funny, you mentioned the pigs on the beach. It just coincidentally, I was, you go through Facebook or YouTube or whatever, and you see the reels and stuff like that. And I just came across a girl on the beach with pigs, but they weren't the little pigs. They were like bigger pigs. And
Big,
she like turned around, and one of them bit her in the ass. And she was like, ah, the way she screamed, it sounded like, it bit her pretty hard. And then she was in a bikini and everything. Next thing you know, he's running away from them, and they're like kind of chasing after her and stuff like that. So that didn't look too pleasurable.
See, they were on the hate side. And then there's other people with the baby pig somewhere else. So
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's see here. So post-cruise blues. All right, so one of the things we hadn't really talked about is ports in terms of post-cruise blues. And I can say on this most recent, I had a 2-week back-to-back on the Horizon. It was just amazing. I mean, it was Celebration Key. It was Montego Bay, Dr. Cave's Beach, much prettier than I remember it. The water was crystal clear blue. Then Grand Cayman, 7 Mile Beach. Beautiful. I knew that was beautiful, but apparently I'd forgotten how beautiful it was and just how expansive it was and how far back that crystal clear blue water went. I walked for about, 3 miles up and down the beach or whatever. And it was just amazing. And I'm just like, my God, how did I forget this? But it was just so beautiful. And then after that, it was Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. Aruba, went to DV Beach, and the Carnival Mardi Gras. We were on the Horizon, but the Carnival Mardi Gras was pulling in, and it came after us. So I got to see the Carnival Mardi Gras, pulling in and docking and everything. And then it went right past DV Beach, which was really cool. And I mean, Aruba, you can throw a dart at a beach and it's going to be amazing. You don't even need to think too hard.
Right.
And actually some of the smaller beaches are better because Eagle Beach, Palm Beach, those are the two that everybody's like, oh, Eagle Beach. And then it's too crowded. And it's, to me, go to a little lesser known beach.
Yes.
And it's going to still be absolutely beautiful, and you won't have quite the crowd to deal with, and you might have a better experience. That's just my personal opinion. Let's see, Aruba, Bonaire, went to Klein Beach. I got some amazing snorkeling footage, big schools of fish just swimming right by me, all different colors, everything really cool. And then Curacao, the Beach Boys sing, a little place like Kokomo, that's where you want to go to get away from it all or whatever. So I don't know if these guys named Kokomo Beach after the Beach Boys song or the Beach Boys were actually singing about this beach, but went to Kokomo Beach, and it was amazing in Curacao. Like in Curacao, the beach that everybody knows and a lot of people go to is Mambo Beach because it's close to port, and a lot of people are just going there. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, it's nice, it's good, whatever, but I want to do a better beach. So there was this beach called Cas Aboa, but it was like 45 minutes the other side of the island, and it was going to be at least 45 minutes back. So you're looking at least an hour and a half. And then to try to get a taxi there, they were wanting like $140. And I'm just like, look, I'm going to the beach. I'm going to pay $140 just to get there and back. So I'm like, what else is there that's a really nice beach that's not Mambo Beach? And one of them said Kokomo Beach. I'm like, okay, how much is that? And I think they said, like $12.50 a person each way. And I'm like, done. Less, And we went there, and it was like beautiful, amazing, whatever. So those of you going to Curacao on any of your future cruises, if you're looking to do a beach, pass up Mambo, go to Kokomo, and you're welcome. And it's free to get in. I will say that their drinks and food and everything, I think because the free to get in part, they won't want to try to get you on the drinks and food on your way in or whatever. But I mean, go there with a full belly, and maybe with a big Yeti full of your favorite alcoholic beverage or something like that, and then maybe you'll be okay. But yeah, so let's go through some of the comments here. We got Charlene, a shot for you and a treat for Zoe. Okay, so Charlene, so the shot is 50. If you want me to do a shot, it's 15. But you know what? I'm going to do one because Charlene won me some money, and I lost all the money later. But Charlene gave me a recommendation for Dragon Link. So I mean, normally the shots are 15. But I am going to do a shot because, again, Charlene, she said, you got to play this Dragon Link game. And I said, okay, I'll play it. I'll give it a shot. I put 300 in, and that 300 was like, bam, gone, like that quick. And I'm like, oh, man, I've already lost $300. I'm like, you know what? She likes this game. I'm gonna throw another 300 in here. And I shared this on the members only channel. Zoe, come here. And so I put another 300 in, and I'm like, okay, I'm on the hook for like 600. I think it got down to like about 150. So I was down maybe 450, something like that. And all of a sudden, I didn't even know what the game was. Like every slot machine has some big little show or whatever that they put on when you hit one of the things. I didn't even know what it was because I had spent all that money. I hadn't even seen a little show. And I'm like, I remember saying in the video, like, I just want to see what this little show is. So they put like little gold coins or something like that all over. And then they have all these boxes, and you fill it with the gold coins, and it can be $10 or $20 or $50 or whatever. And so long story short, well, it's already a long story, but at the end of it all, I got up to 720 out of my 600. So I made $120. So Charlene, thank you, and cheers to you. You made me winner in the casino. Quack, quack for that. High five for Charlene. What do you say? She said thank you. All right. So Charlene, you are number 20 through 23 and 19, 20, 21, 20, yeah, 23. Not 20 through 23. Wait, no, 20 through 24. 20, 21, 22. Yeah, 20 through 24. I'm having a hard time mathing right now. I've had a few shots. Apologies. JB says Nassau speedboats with Hideaway Beach and rum punch included. Great snorkeling at Hideaway Beach. That's a good recommendation there.
I've done that. That's a good time.
Cruising Chris Moss. I think we have changed perspective the longer we do it. Yes. Stephanie, I went scuba diving on an ABC cruise. I got to do more scuba diving. I have a friend that's a dive master in Cozumel, and I haven't done scuba diving in a while. I need next time I go to Cozumel, I might have to do scuba diving again. That would be cool. With my friend Meg, who lives in Cozumel now. Michelle says, I want to do ABC cruise, but I rarely leave the ship. Well, yeah, I mean, if you do an ABC cruise, you definitely got to leave the ship. You definitely got to check that out. Carnival Cruise Addicts, we've been to A and C, never B. It's on our list. Yeah, you got to get to the B.
They skipped all the way to C. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Angie says we are doing Kokomo in May because of your review. That's awesome. Nice. Glad to hear it. And you know what? Kokomo, it's really cool. It's a small beach, but it's like, you know, cliffs and stuff on this side, cliffs and stuff on this side. And then there's this little beach cutout. And yeah, I mean, hopefully you can get there early to where you can get those day beds. That was one of the things I thought that was coolest about going to Kokomo is I had been to Celebration Key the week before, and my friends had gotten a beach cabana, you know, thing for, God, they spent like $600 or something. And I was like, wow, that's a lot, you know, for a cabana. I wish my teaching salary could afford it, but we went and there was like a daybed cabana kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, so how much is this? And they're like $30 for the day. And I'm like, no, how much is it? $30 for the day. And I'm like, okay, what's the catch? $30 for the day. I'm like, yes, please. Can I rent a second one just to, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, it was great. It was like $30 for the day. The only thing is they only have like 10 of those, 9 or 10 of those. So if you're not one of the first people to there, you're not going to get one because, I mean, obviously for only $30, you get that little thing for the day. So hopefully, Angie, your ship is arriving early. You get right to Kokomo right away and you'll get one of those day beds for only $30. And that's a great deal. All right. Cruising Chris Moss. I'll be in Curacao on Christmas Day this year with the Carnival Horizon. And again, you know, if you want to go to a beach. Oh, here we go. I feel like I'm getting there right now. Liz and Chris, Carnival Cruise Addicts, CCA. They are 25 through 39. Carnival Cruise Addicts, and let's see. We're not doing the whistle test, so I guess we'll go to the Mother Bourbon, Mary Dowling, mother of Brad Dowling, aka Coach. Okay, Carnival Cruise Addicts, Liz and Chris, the Echo. The high rollers of our cruise fam people. Cheers. Ah, wow. Zozo, come here. She's, oh my, are you scared of the duck? Oh my God, she's scared of the little duck. Did you see that? Zoe is scared of everything. Look, she jumped out and said, come here, Zoe. It's okay. I'll protect you from the little quacking duck. It's okay. High five. High five for Liz and Chris. High five. High five. You want a treat? High five. High five. Okay, what do you say? What do you say? What do you say? There you go. Hearty thank you. All right. Thank you. Carnival Cruise Addicts. Keep us going. Michelle B says, has anyone rode the slide in Nassau that ends in a shark tunnel at Atlantis? I have not. Has anybody done that?
I have not.
Will G been to A and B twice, but not C? Oh, really? God, it seems like Will is on a cruise every week. I find that hard to believe. We have a new guest. Heck, Nuki World Tour says hello, everyone. And yeah, welcome, because I'm pretty sure that's the first I've seen your name. And Lisa is here. She says, hey, y'all, I finally caught a live, and we are glad you did, Lisa. Good to see you on here. Eric is still here from North Shore Travelers. Hikanuki World Tour. I'm having a wee dram of rum. Oh, yeah, that's a great thing to do. Your name's hard for me to say just in the game with a few shots under me. But we got Cruising Chris Moss, and he says, Coach Slur, now he is a professional or does he? No, I definitely slur. But we are going to put down Chris Moss. And, you know, I mean, I like Chris. Chris maths for me. All right. He saw that I was on an odd number. I'm on 39. So he did that 16. So then he makes it 40 through 55, and we're back to an even number.
That's
and
so nice of
him. Away from the next drawing. And he's going to help me slur. And then we got Angie coming up right after. Y'all, I mean, I think the goal here is to get me slurring tonight. We're gonna start to kill the Mama's bourbon here.
The funny thing is, I think you opened that when I was on your show, and you might kill it when I'm on your show.
If I kill it, I'm crawling.
Come on, guys, we can do it.
Actually, I got one for Chris, and I got another one for Angie, so I might be crawling here. So, cruising Chris Moss, and I got to set aside a treat for Zoe. She's still chewing on one. And then we got Angie coming up. We got 41 people in chat. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Angie says more slurring, less counting. I haven't even got to her comment yet. But cruising Chris Moss, thank you, sir. Oh, like when I was a little kid, the mama's kicking my butt here. And then Hekanuki says, cheers, coach. North Shore Traveler says, hit the like button, everyone. I concur. I agree with that. And our guest here, Funnel Heads, it's the first time we've hooked up in a while. It's been a minute. As Andrew said when we were off stage. Angie says, more slurring, less counting. All right, let's go back to some Old Forester. I've just done the Mama's Bourbon, the last couple shots here. So let's get back to the Old Forester for Angie. And I have a couple treats here for Zoe. She's still chomping away at that last treat. But Angie, thank you. The Merry Mixer. And I swear we need to get some more people from the Dayton, Ohio area. But if you are in Ohio, and only if you are in Ohio, can you get some amazing, like, professional commercial TV show like quality cookies from the Merry Mixer. But here you go. Thank you again, Angie. So Angie, you are numbers 56 through 75, and boom, just like that, we are already halfway. And look, we got Andrew drinking too. I just saw that. It's a beautiful thing. Carnival Cruise Addicts, how much for Andrew to start taking shots? He just did one.
I'm on my third glass since we started.
Yeah. Don't sell Andrew short. He's been drinking. North Shore Travelers, I wish I could do a whole number of super chats and not for it's fine, Eric. It's all good. I mean, you guys know, like, YouTube, they take their cut, so it doesn't matter anyway. Willie says, hi, Coach. I've never gone down to ABC. I did just test out the MSC World America. You were on that, Andrew, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And okay, so, like, what – I mean, is it better than a lot of Carnival ships? Because I know you've cruised MSC a lot. Like, where do you hold MSC in comparison to Carnival?
It's a hard question. The ship itself is incredible. We would say it's a top 5 cruise that we've done. It was really amazing. I mean, the ship itself is absolutely gorgeous. The price is just right. There's so much to do. I mean, there's definitely things that could be better, but overall, I would say it's like an A across the board. MSC as a company, you know, they're coming, they're doing their thing, they're learning. I mean, some ships are better than others, just like with Carnival. So it's a hard question to answer, but if you've never tried MSC, try World America, try the Seascape, try the Meraviglia. Those 3 ships are in the US. I mean, you are going to have a good time. You just go into it thinking that it's not a Carnival cruise, it's not a Royal cruise, it's a little bit different, so it's not going to be some of the same things that you're used to, but it is going to be a lot of the same things that you're used to. So you just got to go in with an open mindset, and I think you'll be very, very pleased, especially with the rates that they're offering. And they're not going to last forever. They're not a publicly traded company. They answer to no one. They have deep pockets, but the prices are not going to last. I don't sponsor, I'm not sponsored by MSC. I'm just telling you, try it while you can, while the rates are down, and you're going to have a good time. Some of the best, most beautiful ships at sea, hands down.
And you know what? I gotta say, and a couple people keep telling me this, and they're not wrong. They're like, you gotta start expanding. You gotta get away from Carnival. And not only that, but a lot of people, and they've made the point, like with the whole loyalty thing. And I will get back up on the soapbox again, and I will keep banging the drum. Carnival screwed people over.
100%.
Screwed people over. You do not do that, Carnival. You don't.
They'll change. You know when they'll change is when it starts affecting the bookings and when it starts affecting the pockets, because they are a publicly traded company and they need to answer to the shareholders. Hasn't affected them yet because long investors think that this is a good thing by cutting back. They're saving money. The bookings are. I don't know. I still love Carnival. Absolutely, I'll still cruise with them. But they messed up 1,000%. I was so pissed off.
I saw that F. I saw that.
I held back.
If you'd have been doing shots, it would have snuck out.
100%.
I caught it.
But I was on the Valor when they dropped this program, and I was pissed. And I let everybody know about it on the ship, off the ship, on our channel. Super disappointed. I hope they change. It's too late for a lot of people. A lot of people have already said, I don't care. They could change it back. They can make it amazing. I'm never coming back because that's what my loyalty is. And they're going to learn the hard way, unfortunately, I think. Anyway, they're already a little bit behind the ball, so we'll see what happens.
Honestly, some of my more popular videos, like I wouldn't have hit 10,000 followers if it wasn't for Carnival doing this. So I guess in a way I should thank them for their colossal F up. Because they got a whole bunch of new followers because I ripped them a new one and I've ripped them a new one on a couple videos. But the thing about it is, and in the comments, when I have videos that are controversial or whatever, and by the way, Chris Moss and Angie, the Merry Mixture, high five for both of them. You got to eat your treats a little faster. And yes, thank you for that. And then we have Michelle, the Ship Wanderer, coming up here, and I have a treat set aside here and my shot. But it's just 98% of the comments, and I'm talking about these videos were some of my best performing videos, were so upset with Carnival. Mm-hmm. And it just, and they were saying some like very real stuff. It wasn't just straight anger. It's just like, look, we never thought of leaving Carnival now, but we feel so offended by this that we're going to look now. We're going to look at other brands. We're going to check out other brands and see if other brands give us that feeling of, hey, you mean something to us. And basically what Carnival did with that loyalty plan is they said, you know what, you really don't mean that much to us. Mm-hmm. Your dollar means something to us. But you and your dollar over time and all the money and all the times you've come back to us again and again and again and again and again, that doesn't mean anything. We want your money now.
What have you done for me today, not in the past? So the two things I want to hit. One is on the Valor, which the program was released, I think the day after it was released, we had the Platinum Diamond Party where everybody gets together, celebrates loyalty. That is the very first time that Carnival did not play the video, and everybody knows the video. That's Platinum and Diamond. They didn't play it. We asked, "Oh, was that a mistake? What happened?" And they're like, "Oh no, corporate said we're not playing the video anymore." So right then and there, I was like, what the, are you kidding me? Like that doesn't even take money to play. That shows where the loyalty is. And if anybody knows me, we've been on probably 50 Carnival cruises. Me and Michelle met on a Carnival cruise. We're diehard loyalty Carnival cruisers. When we tried MSC for the first time, because that was the first cruise that we tried. Technically, we tried Royal before then, but that was with the restart. Carnival wasn't open yet. MSC was the first cruise line we tried after Carnival, and boarding the Seascape back 3 years ago, and I think you were actually on the Horizon or the Magic the same day that we were getting on and you were getting off. And I saw it in the distance, and me and Michelle both looked at each other and we're like, oh my gosh, we're like, we feel terrible for like betraying Carnival. They've been so loyal to us. How could we do this? And I now I'm laughing at that. Like, are you kidding? Why would we say that we're so loyal to a company that doesn't care for us? So it's just
Yeah.
crazy. We'll still keep traveling. We love Carnival as far as the company, what they provide, the crew members, sometimes the value that they offer, but we are definitely expanding
No,
across the cruise
and you know
lines.
what? As a content creator, I mean, obviously that's smart. And Zoe, come here. We got Michelle. We got Michelle and Roscoe. High five for Michelle and Roscoe. High five. High five. Come on. What do you say? You haven't had enough treats? You don't want this treat? What do you say? Okay, yeah, she wants it. She says thank you, Michelle and Roscoe. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's just it's very disappointing. It really is very disappointing. And they always have those focus groups, and they use those focus groups to determine on a larger scale what people will think. And you've done videos, I've done videos. A lot of our friends that are in the chat have done videos regarding this. And on all those videos, people are basically saying to Carnival, and yet Carnival still is
they double down on the position.
Yeah,
they said
I call it doubling down on stupid.
Yeah.
Because all these people have said, we're leaving Carnival. We booked MSC. We booked Margaritaville. We booked Royal. We did that. We left Carnival. All these people have said, we've left. We're leaving. We wanted to cancel Carnival, but because of the penalties, blah, 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 we're going to go on these last couple cruises and this. And then when this thing starts, it's like a minefield that Carnival has to get through, because once they get through this first 2 years, there are minefields of people that are going to be like, oh, you blew us up. You sent us back down to the lowest level or whatever. F you, Carnival, we're out. And some people preemptively have said, F you, Carnival, we're out, and we're just leaving you. Before we even give you the chance to 2 years from now or 6 years from now or whatever it is. And that's what's happened. And I can't blame people. Every time somebody posts a comment on one of those videos that I posted about Carnival screwing all the loyal cruisers over, I just tell them, like, I can't blame you. I
agree. I 100% agree. And like, I get it's a business, but that was not the way to go. They did not know their brand, apparently, because if anything, they know that Carnival cruisers were the most loyal people in the entire world. They love their brand, and they would only typically cruise on Carnival. And now they flipped the switch, and Carnival as a company was already in a weak position because they're considered, everybody hears it, the Walmart of the seas, the brawls, this and that. And so a lot of people wouldn't even consider it to begin with. Now you have your most loyal guests in one hand, and they say, forget you. So it's like, is that a good business decision? I don't think so, but time will tell. I think it's probably one of the worst decisions a company has made since, I don't even know, probably the last decade or two. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll see. Maybe it'll be very
Oh,
profitable.
you're not wrong. And honestly, I don't know if I've shared this publicly yet or not, but I sold my Carnival stock. I sold it. I got rid of it. Because I feel like it's starting as soon as the next quarter, bookings are going to be down. You know, and John Hill has bragged for the last couple of years. Oh, bookings are way up. Well, we're sold out of this. We're sold out of that. So many people are giving the middle finger to Carnival and saying, "Look, you don't give a shucks about us. You don't give a shucks about us. So you know what? We don't give a shucks about you. We're leaving. We're signing up with MSC. We're signing up with Margaritaville. We're signing up with the Royal. We're doing all that." Michelle, by the way, I still have the shot, and I did not forget about you. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah, and I feel bad for John, honestly, because I can read between the lines. I know he knows that this is a terrible decision, and I honestly do think that he's trying to fight for the people that are voicing their opinions. I feel terrible for him having to basically be the middle person taking the blunt on this, because it's not him trying to make these decisions. But it's just so insane to me that the problem is there's too many platinum and diamond guests. That's not a problem. That's loyalty. That's what you wanted for so long. That's what you thrive for. Yeah, like that's what a company wants. Any business wants that. Like, all they had to do, it was so easy. All they had to do was make additional levels, spread out some of the benefits and add a few, take away some of the ones that nobody cared about or weren't working or maybe were old and outdated. Like, it was the simplest solution, and a multi-billion-dollar company, like, obviously they tested it. The test couldn't have gone well if they tested the right people and they decided to roll it out anyway. So
yeah,
it's just crazy. I don't know. I can talk about this all day, but I am so frustrated with them.
No,
and
absolutely.
I won't.
Well, Ben jumped in and he says, "Don't you get perks for having Carnival stock?" Yes, you do if you're paying full price. If you're getting any kind of a discount now, it used to be it didn't matter. The Carnival would be like, "Oh, okay, you're getting a little bit of a discount. We're giving you some extra money here or there. Okay, yeah, we'll give you an extra $100 on top of that." Nope, not anymore. So unless you're paying full price for your cruise, you do not get it. The stock thing doesn't matter anymore. So that should answer your question, Ben. In regards to, just in general, I mean, it's just okay. So what Andrew was talking about, like in terms of Christine Duffy came on and said, what we're doing right now is not sustainable. The hell it's not.
It is.
And that was my point. The hell it's not. Okay.
If it's not sustainable, get away with faster the fun. Problem solved.
Yeah.
That's okay. One of the main issues.
Not only that, but even if you want to keep faster to the fun, you determine okay, we did this for how many years where it was sustainable. Okay, what percentage of our cruisers were diamond or platinum or whatever it was that it was sustainable? What percentage of the cruisers over that time period where it was sustainable was it? So was that 8%? Was it 10%? Was it 12%? Whatever. And then you just have to determine okay, over the next 10 years, we expect to grow exponentially by this month. We have this many new ships coming on. What percentage do we have, or what days do we have to increase the loyalty by to make it sustainable? So when she says it's not sustainable, that's absolute 100% BS. it is 100% sustainable if you change the days, because basically you'll be limiting the percentage of people that qualify for early boarding or whatever the case may be, or laundry or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You might have to move the goalpost. And are you going to tick some people off that said,
Exactly.
oh, I thought it was only 75 days and you raised it to 100 days, or you raised it to 125 days? Okay, but you didn't get rid of it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Just spread it out and then add multiple levels. Add one between platinum and diamond. Add 2, 3, 4 levels after diamond, because there's so many people now. Like, spread out the wealth. Add a couple of really cool things for diamonds and later, or even after diamonds. But like, to get rid of everything and then to have the goal to say, okay, not only are we doing away with that, but you have to earn your way back in. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, that is absolutely insane. So I don't know. I don't get them. I'll still cruise with them. Still love what they do, but
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I love whatever they do, whatever Carnival does to make their crew so amazing and so personable and so you want to be friends with them or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how they hire so many amazing people that make you feel so like family like or whatever, but they do that. The corporate people, you suck.
Yeah.
You just absolutely suck. And you need to get on a cruise and you need to go to like the Alchemy Bar and other bars and everything and just sit down and have a few drinks and realize how much you suck. And then fix your problem and then get back in touch with your customer base. That's what you need to do.
Well,
because you absolutely suck. The rest of your company, awesome. You suck.
Gold stars for everybody else, not so much over here. But I think I think they forget that there's so many more brands now, which I don't think it's possible that they can forget, because Royal Caribbean's freaking all over them. MSC is now all over them. You got Margaritaville buying all of their older ships from Carnival Corporation, which is coming roaring. And I mean, you've got Disney, Princess is Carnival, but like, you have all these cruise lines that are available. It's not just it's Carnival and Royal anymore. There's plenty of options, not counting the Carnival Corporation ships. I mean, people can go to other cruise lines, and MSC does status match. So their status match, their loyalty program is probably one of the weakest ones, but there is some really nice bright spots in there, and it's nice to be like, hey, I came from this cruise line. At least I can, be matched on there. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Hopefully they correct it soon, though, because I would hate to see anything happen to a cruise line that I've absolutely loved and literally have talked about for ad nauseum for the last 25 years. So.
No, absolutely, yeah. No, it's terrible. It's terrible what they're doing, and terrible that they're short-sighted. That, I mean, their eyes are just so much on money, and so many people have said they're just a money grab now, and everything they've done makes it seem that is a true statement. And yeah, it's disappointing. It's disappointing because when you've gone on Carnival for all these years, you've felt that family feel. You felt that, hey, I'm part of this.
Yeah, that's what we went.
You wanted to be loyal to that, and so many people were so loyal to that. And then Carnival just gave the finger to every one of those people and basically said, like, we don't care. We don't care if you've been sailing with us for 20, 25 years. If you don't spend a certain amount of money and pay our credit card and get all these points and do all this other stuff, you don't matter to us anymore.
Yeah.
Like, we don't care what you did for us. And I mean, to me, that is such a slap in the face. And that just upsets me from a personal standpoint, even if it doesn't affect me. And again, like you said it, I'll still cruise Carnival if they give me a good value, because at the end of the day, it's about best value. I'm still on a cruise. I mean, I love the crew of Carnival. big giant middle finger to all the corporate bigwigs that came down with this BS. But everybody else is amazing. So I can't say anything bad about Carnival beyond the corporate bigwigs that are a big giant table of a-holes.
No, yeah, it's just it's the management team that made all these terrible decisions and decided, hey, let's do it.
Yeah. So cruising Chris Moss, just put me on the water. I'll be find my happy place watching the waves go by and a cool drink. And yeah, and that's what it comes down to. So Ben was asking me, when am I going to cross over and start cruising other lines? I'll tell you this. So I get these cruise offers, and then if they give me a cruise offer that's really good, and it might be for next summer, but I'm like, oh, okay, I can cruise for $500 for a week on Carnival Horizon. I'm going to book that. If it's only going to cost me $500 or $600, it might be because I lost $3,000 in the casino. But if I'm going to get a $500 cruise for the week, that offsets some of the money I lost. I'm going to take that $500 cruise deal. And then so what ends up happening is I booked myself for the whole summer, and which I don't have room to take any other cruises or cruise lines. Now, I will say this. I only have one cruise booked for next summer, and it's on the horizon. I think June 20th. Somebody last week was like, hey, we're going to be on the horizon June of 2026. When are you going? I'm going on June 20th. I checked it out. And I am in the Havana area. I booked an interior cabin. So yeah, anybody June 20th horizon, you want to do a bar crawl, you want to hang out, have a few drinks at the bar, I'm there for you. So there we go. But look, we are 16 minutes overtime. The funnel heads, Andrew, we've hung out. We give you 16 extra minutes, and 43 of you are still online hanging out with us. That's so amazing.
We went a little bit off topic, but that's okay.
Yeah. And you know what? I mean, Carnival allows us to do that. Carnival Cruise Addict says we're doing Alaska next summer. Another cruise we won't be on with you, Coach. But Carnival Cruise Addicts, we definitely are going to do multiple cruises in the future. Don't know when, but it will definitely happen. And we got to hook up with funnelheads too. But to Angie's earlier comment, at some point, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch all the videos and do all the paperwork I need to do to get certified to sell cruises and things like that. And I will become a travel agent. I don't know if it's going to be 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, whatever, but eventually it will happen. And we are going to book some hellacious, crazy party cruises.
They're definitely going to be purchasing additional alcohol for that cruise whenever it is.
Absolutely. But it was great having Andrew from Funnelheads back on. If you haven't already subscribed to Funnelheads, make sure you definitely do that. And if by some chance any of you watching aren't already subscribed. I'm starting to slur my words. Subscribed to Coach Cruz. You can subscribe to me as well. I appreciate you. Angie says, thanks, guys. Great show tonight. Have a great week, everyone. I'll be anxiously awaiting that cruise plan for all of us. And I'll always share the cruises that I'm going on. Again, Thanksgiving Miracle is my next one. Carnival Venezia, New Year's Eve. Carnival Mardi Gras in March. I think it's like the last week of March on the Carnival Mardi Gras. So those are my 3 upcoming cruises. And then June 20th, Carnival Horizon. Those are my next 4 cruises. So if anybody is looking at cruises and those are one of the ones that you were thinking about, well, we can do a bar crawl together. Nice. Rick Wade says, I'm on the MSC Seascape in November. Kimberly LaBelle, thank you, Coach and Andrew. Thank you for watching, Kimberly. And yeah, I think that's about it. I think we'll get out of here. We're almost 20 minutes over. If you haven't already hit that like button, hit it on the way out. If you haven't already subscribed to Funnelheads, subscribe on the way out. If you haven't subscribed to myself, subscribe on the way out. Thank you all for watching. We will see y'all next week. Take care, everybody. Peace.
Bye.
as Kindle Fire would say, bye.